Utah's drought is hitting all of us hard, but it's taking an extreme toll on our headliner, the Great Salt Lake, the largest saltwater lake in the Western Hemisphere, now down 11 feet below average, inches lower than the record. So how much more of this dry weather can our Great Salt Lake handle? Joining me to tell us more, Candace Hansen-Yeager, the Deputy Director of Utah's Division of Water Resources. Candace, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate it. So can we talk, what is the core reason of why this is happening? Is it our low snowpack? Are these high temperatures evaporating more than normal?
So as you guys have been talking about this morning, nearly 100% of the state is an extreme and exceptional drought. And those are the two worst drought categories that the Drought Monitor puts out there. The lake has been on a gradual decline for some time, but we recognize that this drought has accelerated that decline, and it's really concerning. Just to put that into perspective, in an average snowpack year, the lake rises about 2 feet. In a big snowpack year with a big runoff, it goes up between 3 to 4 feet. This year, it only rose 6 inches.
Got it. So, just pretty dramatic there.
Yeah, and it did hit its record low this last weekend. Yeah, but dropped below it.
Below it. And what is how does this really affect Utahns? Are we drinking the Great Salt Lake? Obviously, it's salt water.
Yeah, it is a hypersaline lake, so it's not necessarily a water source that we use in our daily life. It is a really critical and important asset to the state. It provides about $1 billion worth of economic growth to the state.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, it's huge, and about 7,700 jobs. It also provides critical habitat for about 10 million migratory birds that come through every year. And then just one other kind of interesting note is all of the United States magnesium comes off of the Great Salt Lake, and magnesium is used in soda pop cans, cell phones, those type of things.
That's crazy. I had no idea. 100% of the U.S. is magnesium.
Yeah, comes from Great Salt Lake.
How do they mine that? Is that the right word?
So there are mineral extraction industries that use various processes to extract the magnesium from the lake. So the Great Salt Lake touches all of us, whether you know it or not.
Right. So fascinating. So what can we be doing to help? Or maybe the best we can do is not make it worse. What should we be doing to help at this point?
It's about how we use water and being really prudent in our water use. So in the short term, we've talked about reducing our water use, and particularly outdoors. That's where about 60% of our residential water use goes. And so, we've recommended the state's recommended only watering twice a week in northern Utah, 3 times a week in southern Utah. If you're rain in the forecast, like a lot of the state this week, don't turn off your sprinklers, let Mother Nature water your lawn. And then in the long term, look for ways to make your landscaping more water rise and drought resilient by putting in low water use plants. Kind of the rule of thumb is if you only walk on your grass when you mow it, you should probably consider an alternative.
That's a great tip there. You guys have tons of resources and ideas for making your landscapes more resource friendly on your guys' website. We'll link that on our website too. We only have a couple seconds here, but I'm curious, if we have another low snowpack year, what happens? What are kind of the stakes this year?
Yeah, it is really concerning, and we're working with our governor's office to try to develop a plan and implement a plan to address the potential.
We're talking about a lot of jobs, a lot of financial resources for our state. Candace, thanks so much for being here this morning. We appreciate your insight and your expertise. Again, we'll have links and resources available on our website, abc4.com. Thank you, Candace.
Thank you.